Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Calyn Thompson.
And I'm Katie Lang. Strong storms are pushing across northern Iowa this evening. Multiple counties are under a flash flood warning. For the very latest, here is KIMT Storm Team 3 meteorologist Brandon Libby.
Yeah, a seemingly quiet day quickly turned chaotic, at least if you live west of I-35. We will have a look at Storm Tracker 3 Doppler radar coming up in just a few minutes. First, let's get a live look outside. We'll start with the Mason City live eye. This camera is pointing west, and we've seen flashes of lightning on here throughout the night, so maybe we can pick up a flash or two here. We'll move on to the Rochester live eye, though, and it is dry for the eastern portion of the viewing area. Everything is just off to the west and along I-35 right now. And in terms of Storm Tracker 3 Doppler radar, Jimmy, if you could flip the switch for me so I could see what I'm seeing, that would be awesome. We do have lots of rain showers that are west of I-35, and you see these red boxes. That would be the flash flood warnings. Now, we do have very heavy rain showers from Britt to Clemmy down to just west of Thompson. That is the main concern, is going to be those very heavy rain showers. The severe threat is not looking likely for tonight, but we still have rain falling in the Thompson and Forest City area as well. That's where all evening long has been the issue. And in terms of flash flood warnings, we still have it for Hancock and Winnebago County until 12:30 a.m. We have a flash flood warning for Hancock and Wright County until 3:45 a.m. and a flash flood warning for Kossuth County. That goes until 2:45 a.m. That's a summary of all the flash flood warnings, and the rain is still falling. We'll have more updates for you coming up in just a few minutes. Guys, back to you.
Brandon, thank you so much. A couple of those hardest hit areas, Hancock and Winnebago counties. Take a look at this video from a viewer on Highway 69 in Forest City.
We called the Forest City Police Department, and they were advising no travel this evening. We also spoke to the Emergency Management Coordinator for Winnebago County. He tells KIMT there were water rescues earlier near the Westgate subdivision. Vehicles began to float away, and at least 3 people needed to be rescued. Power lines are down on the north side of the city, as well as trees and branches. Authorities advise you to stay at home until the damage can be assessed. We are also told the large amounts of rain in the area will impact the Winnebago River. Residents who live near the river should be ready for the water to rise very quickly and even leave the banks.
For the very latest on the situation, let's send it out into the field.
KMT News 3's Jeremiah Wilcox joins us live in Forest City. Jeremiah, you are at 7th Street South. What are you seeing tonight?
Katie, Calyn, it is a very hectic day today for people here in Forest City. And I spoke to a woman who said she received over 2 feet of rain in her basement, and that woman is currently without power. Now, right behind me is water gushing. I know you can barely see it because it is dark, but water is gushing into the street, making it very hard and very dangerous to drive in the roads. Reporting live in Forest City, Jeremiah Wilcox, KIMT News 3.
Jeremiah, thank you so much. We'll hope to keep you updated on the situation as we know more about it. But as we move on, one man is being sent to the hospital after having a medical emergency while driving. Authorities on scene tell us it happened while the man was driving through the light near 55th Street Northwest. He hit the gas pedal, and his son, who was in the car with him, pulled the wheel. This caused the car to go through the fence towards Holiday gas station and hit 4 parked cars in the parking lot. The driver was the only one transported to receive medical attention.
We're learning new details tonight about a police pursuit that reached speeds well over 100 miles per hour. Authorities say it began in Minnesota before crossing state lines into Iowa. Friday afternoon, Albert Lea police say an expedition was reported stolen from the 2300 block of Crossroads Boulevard. Now, they tried to stop the vehicle as it headed south on Interstate 35. State Patrol reports that 32-year-old Jacob Eberly of Little Falls, Minnesota, fled authorities. Law enforcement rammed his vehicle not once but twice, causing him to lose control and roll. Eberly is in the Saragordo County Jail on multiple charges, including theft of a motor vehicle and leaving the scene of an accident. At this time, it's unknown if this incident is related to a carjacking in Ellendale that took place earlier Friday afternoon. Stay with KIMT News 3 for more details.
It's a good reminder for all motorists on the roadway to turn left from the left lane and turn right from the right lane. This video was recorded by a semi's dash cam and shows one semi running into another one at the intersection of Highway 18 and 218 in Floyd County on Saturday morning. The sheriff's office investigated and says thankfully no one was injured, but damage is estimated at $25,000.
A teen is recovering after his car collides with a deer early this morning. According to Minnesota State Patrol, it happened on westbound I-90 in Mower County, just east of Austin. The 17-year-old man was driving a Ford Focus when he hit the deer, sending it up over his windshield. The teen was taken to Mayo Clinic Health System in Austin. No word on the extent of his injuries.
It's being investigated as a hate crime after bacon was left in the parking lot and at the front door of a Rochester mosque.
Today, a vigil was held to stand in solidarity with the Muslim community. KAMT News 3's Annalisa Pardo reports.
With song, signs, and statements,
People of Hope Lutheran Church stands with our Muslim neighbors.
community members of all ages stood with Masjid Abu Bakr al-Sadiq after bacon was left outside the mosque Saturday morning. Abdi Fatah Abdi prays at the mosque.
To be honest, it's quite disappointing, but a lot of people make greater mistakes that are forgiving, that anybody can forgive.
Colin Lang participated after seeing his church post about the vigil on social media. His reaction to the unkind act:
the simple fact of ignorance, people not knowing, being afraid of somebody different than them.
he hopes the cycle of ignorance stops now.
The actions of few are not the actions of many.
He even brought his 2 kids to the vigil.
As if they can start being kind at such a young age and learn that everybody's different but yet same, then sky's the limit.
Everybody has to treat everybody the same because it doesn't matter if they're different or not different. You just have to treat them the same.
Abdi Fatah tells me he's appreciative that steps to overcoming prejudice starts today.
I hope our community sees that our community is here, and I appreciate it, and we all appreciate it, and I say thank you for everybody.
In Rochester, Annalisa Pardo, KIMT News 3.
People at the vigil also tied green ribbons around their wrists to wear for the day to spread solidarity throughout the community.
Less than 24 hours after an armed man was shot and killed by a police officer in Minneapolis, and protesters are taking to the streets. Take a listen. Well, this was a scene this morning in downtown Minneapolis as protesters made their voices heard at the start of the Pride Parade. It was one of 3 planned protests throughout the community today. And this next video here is video from last night. Police say they were called around 6 o'clock for reports of a man firing a 9mm handgun into the air and into the ground. And when they arrived at the scene, a foot chase ensued, leading to the suspect being shot. Police say the responding officers were wearing body cameras at the time of the shooting. The Minnesota Bureau of Criminal Apprehension is investigating, which is standard procedure in an officer-involved shooting.
We have a road closure to tell you about before your Monday morning commute. Details on that still to come.
Plus, Iowa continues to be hit hard by storms, and today is again no exception. We'll look at how the Red Cross is making sure people have the tools they need to clean up after a flood.
You're watching KIMT News 3 Sunday. Coverage you can count on.
A heads up if you live or work in the Mason City area. We want to let you know about a road closure before your Monday morning commute. Work on replacing the 12th Street Northwest Bridge over Willow Creek is scheduled to start tomorrow, weather permitting, of course. This map shows where it will take place. The city's engineering department says 12th Street near North Taft Avenue intersection will be closed to traffic until the project is finished, which is expected to be later in the fall. A detour shown in yellow will redirect traffic onto Taft Avenue through 4th Street Southwest and onto Pierce Avenue. An Iowa man is headed to court after a traffic stop results in drug charges. 21-year-old Savon Jordan of Charles City is accused of multiple drug possession charges. Charles City police say Jordan was stopped for a traffic violation on February 23rd. A search of his vehicle found over 30 grams of marijuana, a small amount of meth, pills identified as alprazolam and cyclobenzaprine, plastic baggies with scales, and $1,700 in cash. His trial is scheduled to begin on August 16th.
We're learning a child has died after being found in a Des Moines lake. First responders were called to Grays Lake, a popular recreation area, Saturday evening after a 60-year-old was reported missing. The girl had been playing with her family, who thought she might be in the water. Firefighters started a search and quickly found her. They tried to resuscitate the child and rushed her to a hospital where she later died. This comes at the conclusion of Drowning Prevention Week in Iowa. Governor Kim Reynolds signed the proclamation before a string of drownings in the central and southern portions of the state happened within just a 5-day period. Authorities are urging everyone to have a well-fitted life jacket when they are in or on the state's lakes or rivers.
Rain continues to fall west of I-35. Multiple flash flood warnings are in effect. Coming up, I'll let you know when this rain will come to an end in your Storm Team 3 forecast.
We track storms to alert you first. This is KIMT Storm Team 3, weather coverage you can count on.
Most of the rain this evening has stayed along and west of I-35. We're getting a live look at the Albert Lee Live-Eye where light rain is falling. We have some wet rooftops, some wet roadways, and this will continue to be the trend the next couple of hours. Here's a Mason City Live-Eye. Mason City has missed out on a lot of the rain. We have seen some light rain showers, well, one round in the morning, one round in the evening, and we do have some wet sidewalks and roadways in Mason City as well. But here's Storm Tracker 3 Doppler radar. Most of the heavy rain showers have been west of I-35. We'll zoom into the heaviest of those storms, and they're right now spanning from Britt to Clemmy and to just west of Thompson. The reds, very heavy rainfall, some lightning and thunder as well. Most of the damage from the flooding rains has come in Forest City. We're still seeing some moderate to light rain showers across Winnebago County right now. You see that in the yellow. Now, in terms of the flash flood warnings, Hancock and Winnebago until 12:30 a.m. We also have a flash flood warning for Hancock and Wright County. That goes until 3:45 a.m. and Kossuth County under a flash flood warning until 2:45 a.m. Highway 18 in Algona looks to be closing. The intersection of Highway 69 and Highway 9 in Forest City about 2 to 3 feet underwater. And we're keeping an eye on the Winnebago because a lot of that water will be flowing downstream. So it sounds like East Park will be closing, expecting some of that flooding condition as it does move downstream. Storm Tracker 3 Doppler radar has estimated about 2 to 4 inches, maybe even more than that, across Hancock and Winnebago County, and we've likely seen more than that in spots. Here's some viewer pictures from today. Valerie in Forest City, you see those rain, that stream just flooding into the street there, and it gets even worse. Sam Mass, Forest City, you see the dog is having fun, but the water is all the way up to the garage. You can see that in the background, and this is Crest Haven Court. James sending this one in from Forest City. The street completely flooded, and the reason why is because we've seen about 4.75 inches to even more than that at times. This is Linda's rain gauge, and this was from earlier. It's been raining ever since. We've likely seen more than 5, maybe even 6 inches in some spots. Very devastating. The reason why is because a low pressure system has basically stalled out. It's just sitting right over the area, and that is leading to plenty of moisture, plenty of rain chances over the next couple of days. Sky Tracker 3 will show the showers and storms staying west and along I-35 for the rest of tonight, actually fizzling out by 7 a.m. Most of Monday will remain dry. It won't be until the late evening, about 11 p.m., that some showers and storms return coming in from the south in the overnight hours. That will continue into Tuesday, basically on and off showers and storms all through Tuesday and into Tuesday afternoon and Tuesday evening. Your rain chances the next 10 hours, most of this will be west of I-35, scattered for the next couple of hours, dropping off as we go into the morning hours. The next few days, our best chance will come on Monday night and I think Tuesday morning. Tuesday, still some scattered storms. Wednesday, we will finally dry out just a little bit. Another rain chance coming on Thursday. 1 inch possible across much of the area through Tuesday evening. 2 or more inches possible west of I-35. Unfortunately, this rain will continue. Tonight, temperatures lower 60s. Those storms remain west of I-35. Tomorrow, mostly dry. High temperatures in about the middle 70s. Your 7-day forecast for the weekend is always in view. As I said, Tuesday, scattered storms. Wednesday, we dry out. Thursday, we are getting another quick little rain chance. Temperatures into the middle to upper 80s. We'll see even a 90 degrees on the board for Friday. More rain chances, unfortunately, for next Saturday and Sunday. Guys, back to you.
All right, thanks, Brandon. The American Red Cross says it's distributing over 1,000 flood cleanup kits across Iowa. The kits contain items like a collapsible mop head, a broom, bleach, garbage bags, and much more. 400 of the kits have been handed out in Cerro Gordo County, with another 140 in Kossuth. Red Cross vehicles from all around the state are loading up with the cleanup kits and driving into the communities hardest hit by floodwaters.
New findings show almost everyone struggles with eating or weight at one point in their life. The study from University of Minnesota finds only 2% of females and 7% of males never had eating or weight problems. Many struggle with the issue when going from teenage years to adulthood. Experts say these findings could affect the health of young adults' future families. Sarah Carpenter is a new mom and says that she's not surprised by these findings, saying changes in life can cause changes in lifestyle when it comes to health.
I think just life adjustments take time to get used to. When we go from different environments, you know, our parents cook for us a lot of times, or we kind of scrounge for ourselves. And I think any adjustment, even into motherhood, I mean, I want to cook well for my kids like my mother did.
The lead researcher of the study says these findings show healthy lifestyle education needs to be introduced to kids before they hit adolescence. An Albert Lee man arrested after a high-speed chase from southern Minnesota into North Iowa is pleading not guilty. 31-year-old Michael Livingston was arrested in May after he fled authorities. Law enforcement says a pursuit started in southern Freeborn County and ended in Lake Mills, Iowa, after Livingston crashed in a field and ran into a pond. Authorities say the chase hit speeds of up to 120 miles per hour. Law enforcement tried to pull Livingston over because he was wanted in connection to a domestic assault earlier in the day. His trial in Winnebago County is now set to begin on July 18th.
A southeastern Minnesota dentist is joining others in a cross-country charity bike ride. Stephen Sperling of Rochester will ride nearly 4,300 miles over 9 weeks from Washington to Massachusetts. Sterling is raising money for the Reading Center in Smiles for Life, a dental mission organization. The Twins are trying to salvage their series with the Rangers, see if they can steal the finale.
Plus, it's one of the biggest Sundays in the summer for North Iowa sports. Mason City versus Newman baseball, a River City rivalry you don't want to miss. Full coverage is next in sports.
The River City Showdown on the baseball diamond is always loads of fun. For the past 3 years, it's been a one-run contest. And who could forget the 18-3 Knights victory back in 2014 with all 21 runs being scored in the 6th. This year, fans are packed at the Velt ready for another rivalry showdown, but the top-ranked Knights came ready to play. Top of the first, Andrew Morris opens up the scoring with a sac fly to deep center, bringing in Josh Fitzgerald. And Matthew Fitzsimmons keeps it going, lining one to shallow right with 2 outs for the single, allowing 2 Knights to touch home. Newman jumps out to a 4-0 lead, and they keep it going in the second. A reaching Merritt McCardle gets one to drop out in left. 1 scores. Knights try to make it 2, but MC gets the play at the plate. Fitzsimmons showing off in his final River City showdown. Another hit out to right adds to the Knights' already healthy lead. What a day for Newman at the plate. Josh Tilgis caps off the inning, dropping one between a couple of Mohawks for another RBI, and then Caden Kratz did much of the work in the bottom half of the frames on the bump. Striking out 8, it's a Newman blowout, 11-0 in 5.
I just came out here as my approach as any other school, any other game. I just played it normal. I threw strikes and let my defense help me.
You know, we put our best guys on the mound. We're going to compete at any level. It doesn't matter if we're 1A or 4A. We'll compete in any league in the state, especially when our best is going. You know, we'll play anybody, and we'll definitely make it a game.
We have a good approach at the plate, and every time up, we just look for a pitch to drive, pitch in our zone to hit. So we stay with that approach all game long, and we're going to drive the baseball.
Obviously, I've got a lot of friends over on the other side playing for the Mohawks, so it's been great playing them over the years, all the way from 6-year-old Little League, being 18, senior in high school, and still playing the same guys. It's just great to have one last go around this year.
Lack of offense has been the glaring issue for the Twins in this 3-game losing slump, being outscored 26-9 in the mini slide, averaging over 3.5 runs during their 6-game homestand. Today they try to salvage their series with the Rangers, who were scoreless in the 5th. Twins with a man on when Bobby Wilson opens up the scoring, looping one to left for the RBI single, but it's Jose Barrios earning MVP of the game today, striking out 12 in 7 shutout innings. It's a career best, helping the Twins beat Bartolo Colon in a pitcher's duel. He also surrendered just 3 hits. In the 6th, Robbie Grossman adds to the Twins' lead, shooting one through the left side for a single and scoring another. Twins snap the Rangers' 7-game winning streak, beating them 2-0. Bubba Watson is 6 shots back entering the final round today, but that's not stopping him from going after his 3rd Travelers Championship title. The 10th par 4, Watson chips in the amazing birdie to move to 13 under. He makes his way up the leaderboard all the way to the lead here at the 15th, hitting the birdie putt. What a day for him. Watson's approach on the 18th par 4 almost goes in. Either way, it sets up a manageable birdie putt to take the lead and hold it. It's a 7 under par 63 kind of day for Watson. Only Billy Casper has more success in this tournament, winning 4 times. Watson now has 3. Look at the tie for runner-up between 4 golfers, all at 14 under. It's been a rough start to the season for the Minnesota Lynx, but tonight they finally are over 500 on the year, beating Las Vegas 88-73. Maya Moore led the scoring with 23 points as the Lynx won their 4th straight, never trailing in the contest. One other quick note, round 1 of the 43rd Iowa Girls Junior PGA Championship was today, and Clear Lake's Megan DeLong sits atop the leaderboard in the girls 13 and under division. The final round is tomorrow. We'll be right back.
Rain continues to fall west of I-35. Multiple flash flood warnings are in effect. The ground is saturated. Roads are already covered with water. Remember, turn around, don't drown. Do not drive through any flooded roadways. Keep an eye out for that tomorrow morning on your morning commute. Unfortunately, more rain on the way for late Monday night and Tuesday. Temperatures will be in the middle 70s for those days. We'll be drying out for Wednesday with temperatures in the 80s. We do warm up to the 90s by Friday, but unfortunately, more rain chances arrive for next Saturday and Sunday. Guys, back to you in the studio.
Brandon, thank you so much. And we just saw on Twitter that the community of Forest City is starting the process of sandbagging, so we'll be sure to keep you updated on future newscasts, especially tomorrow morning on Daybreak.
All right, have a good night.